Gina Bowser is one of the most courageous women and courageous mothers I know.
Are you okay with the fact that you went to 3 funerals in 1 week?
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
Gina has an extraordinary, compassionate, agape love for families and youth.
My house was like the Kool-Aid house. Everyone stayed in my house. I knew all of my son's friends, and he would say, Mommy, can such and such spend the night? I said, well, doesn't he have to go home? His mother's not home. Why does he have to go home?
I was with Gina the night that her son Zakee got killed.
Take a stand, fight for justice. Speak up and speak now. Take a stand, fight for justice.
In 1997, I lost my one and only son, Zakee Bowser, to an act of senseless violence in our community. On that day, I decided to become the God-sent angel of change for our youth.
Pencils go there, pens go here. If it's notebooks, they go over there. All right.
She's trying to bring awareness. She's trying to have different peace initiatives, parades, concerts, programs, taking a very sour place and trying to make it a better place as a result of her tragedy.
In 1998, the Zakee Bowser Enrichment Foundation was established. We gave our first Stop the Violence March. The response was great. We had 6,700 kids participating in that particular march. But when I look back, I said, wow, just to know him was to love him, and so many kids felt that way. So now we give 3 to 4 violence prevention activities a year to create morale. We need to teach our youth to love and respect each other. Maybe then they won't hate and kill each other.
Statistics states that just about every 5 minutes, another life is
Gina
lost.
has had this relentless passion to help not only other teenagers avoid the kind of behavior that took her son and the kind of trauma that her son experienced, but she has also been in the vanguard, a handful of mothers who move around the state every time a child is killed, giving comfort to that child's mother.
If it happens to you, you have to learn how to deal with it. And I didn't want my son's death to be in vain. I didn't want him to just be another statistic. I wanted to do all that I can to help the young people realize that there has to be another way to resolve your conflict.
And I feel just like Gina, it starts at home.
In 2007, we started Mother's Appeal. We support the parents, we talk with them, we walk with them all throughout the funeral to give comfort and support.
When I served as Secretary of State, I was the leader for the statewide violence prevention program in schools. And once again, I was able to call on Gina Bowser. She came with the governor and myself to many schools. She gave her testimony. She talked about the pain of violence. And she just became the Mother Teresa of this violence prevention movement.
Even after our first walk against violence, the kids were still coming back saying, Miss Gina, what are you going to do next? We need to do something. We need to do something. And in 1999, we received a free grant from the state of New Jersey. And we asked the kids to go home and think about exactly what they wanted to do. We told them that on Friday. They came back on Monday with a music video. Each one had already recorded their part, and it was a reenactment of what actually happened that day.
The pops from the Glock that shot out. Oh my God, I ran to the spot and saw my man laying.
And when we listened to the video, it was kind of painful, and it showed the effects of violence in our community. So many lives were touched due to the loss of Zakee.
He can't even feel the pain. He was breathing, but I could tell his soul was leaving. Now my soul bleeding with tears, thinking why he gotta go from here. The altercation begin over a radio. Over that, my man called slugs to his back. I remember him taking his last breath before his lungs collapsed.
She never thinks about where she was 12 years ago after the death of Zakee. But she always have said when Zakee died, she could have just bowed down and got in the grave with him. But God gave her a staying stability to get up and now to start loving and helping somebody else. And that indeed is what she did.
This recognition that she's giving people like myself really belonged to Gina, because what she did was turn her pain into a ministry. She turned her disappointment into a calling, and she has distinguished herself as a person who is committed to creating men of distinction.
This is really where I wanted to be in life, to provide a service to young men who represent my son. So we need your support as we offer an array of services to our community. We need you to help us as we give these events to show love to our youth in the community, because maybe then they'll think about it when violence comes their way.